Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a foundation review, and I was torn between whether or not I should review the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin or the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. What's it called? Yeah, it's the Light Reflecting Foundation, and I've been seeing a lot of people trying out the Charlotte Tilbury one, and no one is really talking about this yet. So I'm going to be doing this first. I obviously will try the Charlotte Tilbury one later, but this was just barely sent to me in PR, and they sent me 3 shades. I'm thinking that Mont Blanc might be my shade. It's funny because a lot of my other foundations from NARS are in the shade Salzburg, but it almost looks a little deep. So we'll swatch them, we'll get to it, but NARS foundations work really well for me. I'm obsessed with their tinted moisturizer. I love their soft matte foundation as well. The Sheer Glow foundation is another one of my favorites. I also love the concealers, the soft matte concealer and the NARS Radiant Creamy concealer. So I was so excited to see a new foundation from them because again, I just feel like NARS formulates with like my foundation taste in mind. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just feel like it really works well for me. So let's talk about this new foundation and what it means. I was just on Sephora's website to kind of get, some details. This retails for $49. It's available in 36 shades. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Yeah, 36 shades. It's supposed to have a medium buildable coverage and a natural finish. The thing that this is supposed to be known for is there's more skincare ingredients in here. So I watched one of their videos. They said that it's formulated with like 70% skincare ingredients. It's a liquid. I love the packaging because if you guys know, the Sheer Glow does not have a pump, but this one has a pump, which I'm so excited. It's a glass bottle. It's a nice, really sleek kind of a packaging. So let's see what else they say about this foundation. Because it's supposed to be formulated with mostly skincare ingredients, you're supposed to notice a difference in your skin over 6 weeks. So obviously I won't be able to tell you guys if it does that today since it's my first time trying this out. So yeah, it says it's good for dark spots, good for dullness and uneven texture, it's good for redness. It's a natural finish, medium coverage, liquid formula. I'm pretty sure that's everything that we need to know. So let's just get right into it. I've got the how to use part pulled up here. It says to dispense a pearl-sized amount, then warm with fingertips. Oh, am I supposed to apply it with my fingertips? Listen, I don't really do that with any foundation, so I'm gonna apply it how I normally do. First, let's go ahead and swatch. So I'm gonna swatch the shade L2 Mont Blanc. Let me do a little dot on the back of my hand. I think this is actually gonna be perfect for me. I'm just gonna start blending that into my cheek and down the neck. Yeah, that blends in seamlessly. I don't even need to swatch the other one. So this is what I'm gonna be using. As I'm touching that formula, it's actually really thin, but you can see it gave me good coverage. I'm excited about this. I always like to apply my foundations with a brush. I just barely did my skincare, so I didn't do anything crazy today as far as primers go or anything like that. All right, I did about 1 pump on the back of my hand, and it's a really thin, spreadable formula. It has a little bit of a serum feel to it, which is kind of interesting since they did claim that it had skincare ingredients in most of the product. Wow, this is going on really, really nicely. Here's my hope for this foundation going into this. I'm really wanting it to be something that I want to reach for on a daily basis because a lot of my other NARS foundations, even the tinted moisturizer, it gives such good coverage that I typically wear that with more full glam looks. And then the soft matte foundation is like for airbrushed, flawless, makeup days. This is something that I'm hoping will be great for every day, and so far, it looks really good on the skin. I was hoping for this. So it really does live up to the claims upon application anyway. We're gonna do a wear test to see if it maintains the claims, but it does have a true medium coverage. I felt like I didn't need to use much foundation at all, but I still was able to get the coverage that I like. I like a little more coverage. So for some people, this might be too much. For me, it's perfect. It cancels out my redness, but it still feels very lightweight on my skin, and it just meshed perfectly into my complexion. As I'm looking up close, you can almost see visible light reflectant particles in this. So that's what's giving me a nice glow. But it doesn't make me feel like a Tin Man either. It's a nice balance. This is really pretty. I'm actually really curious to try both this one, obviously we are trying it, and then the Charlotte Tilbury one and see how they compare. Because it almost feels like they're similar ideas in a formula, so I'm interested to see which one I like better. Wow. All right, well, here it is up close. I think this looks so pretty. Am I crazy? I really do love the luminosity. The key for me will be doing a wear test and seeing if luminosity becomes too much for me at the end of the day. That's my only like worry right now, but upon application, I'm obsessed with everything. Like it feels super lightweight. My ideal coverage is definitely there. It feels flexible, like it feels like I can still kind of move it around if I want to, which is nice. If you can't tell, I'm really excited about this. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of the face. I'm gonna be using some more like Nars products. I'm gonna throw in my Nars, I was gonna use my soft matte concealer, but now that I have this on, I feel like this calls for the Radiant Creamy just because it's a little more luminous. So we're just gonna do a tiny bit. We're gonna do this classic little shape underneath the eyes. I'm not gonna put concealer anywhere else on the skin because I really wanna see how it wears. And I actually really like the amount of redness that is showing through. It's not that much, but it looks really natural, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave any blemishes as is so that they can still shine through. So I'm just gonna press this out underneath the eyes just to brighten. Okay, so I'm gonna set the face using my Huda Beauty powder. This is just one that I'm super familiar with right now. I've been using it with everything, and so I want to use other products that I know work for me. This is in the shade Sugar Cookie, by the way. After I've set the T-zone, I am going to take a fluffy brush and just tap that same powder on the cheeks. This is how I set all of my foundations, so just continuing my regular routine with this. And then I'm just going to gently press that powder into the skin using my sponge. I'm going to warm things up with my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. And then I'm gonna fill in my brows with my Benefit Brow Pencil. And then because we are trying Nars stuff, I actually got a package last week with a couple of products. This was one of them. This is the Afterglow Cheek Palette, which looks so pretty. I really wanted to use it today. So here's what this looks like. It's got a couple highlight shades. It's got some blush shades. There's mixes of mattes and shimmers in here. I'm gonna take this highlight shade right here. It has like a pinky undertone. I'm just gonna apply that to the higher points of the face. It might be a little too deep for me, so I'm just gonna leave it on the outside of the face, not the center. And then I'm gonna take my blush brush and dip into this color. This looks really nice. It's a nice matte, soft rose. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that. I'm gonna take that same exact matte shade and just run it through the crease and on the eyelid as my eyeshadow today. And then I'm gonna take that same highlight shade that we were just using, and I'm gonna use this as eyeshadow. It's actually really pretty as an eyeshadow for me because it does have a little bit of a deeper pink undertone. So it actually looks like an eyeshadow. That's pretty. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that same color on the lower lash line. I'm gonna wear my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I'm just taking my powder brush and blending out the edges of my blush. And then I have been loving the Nars Afterglow Lip Shines. This is also a new launch. I wanna try a new shade. This is Unbroken. I want a lip liner first though. I'm gonna use my NYX Natural Lip Liner, and then I'm going to apply it this color. This has a little bit of shimmer in it, which is really pretty. Wow, that's nice. Ooh, that's a really pretty rosy color. I like that a lot. Okay, so we're gonna assess the situation. I am going to add a little more bronzer, and then everything else I really like. So I'm just gonna blend that bronzer out a little bit with my powder brush. And usually with foundation reviews, I don't set the face with a setting spray because I really like to see how the foundation wears on its own without the help of a setting spray or a primer. So let's just go ahead and set my brows. I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Brow Setter. And that's it. Okay, so I love how my makeup looks right now. The foundation feels amazing on the skin. Obviously, we're gonna have to wear it to see how it holds up on me. But the thing is, it looks really healthy, but it doesn't feel overly tacky or balmy or dewy, which for me, I'm hoping means that it will have good longevity on me. Sometimes when it comes to a glowy foundation, when it's like really glowy in the beginning, and not just with like a pearl in it, but like almost more of a thick formula that gives it a sheen. Do you know what I'm saying? sometimes with those foundations, if it looks glowy and feels dewy on my skin upon application, and you know, when I'm done with my makeup, it feels more tacky and balmy on the skin, it doesn't wear as well on me because I do have natural oils that come through in the T-zone throughout the day. So fingers crossed, guys. I'm like really hopeful for this, really excited about it because I'm always looking for new good foundations, and this is one of the most beautiful foundations that I've put on my skin in a long time. So with that being said, let's do a wear test and see where the night takes us. So it's currently 2:40 p.m., so it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm gonna wear this for as long as possible, and I'm gonna keep an eye on it all day and do check-ins for you guys to see how this holds up. But based on my first impressions, I am giddy about this. I really hope that it works well and wears well for me today. So let's see how it goes. I'll see you guys in a little bit for my first check-in. All right, so I'm standing in front of natural light right after filming so you can get a good look at the foundation. It feels and looks very balanced right now. I'm loving it. I really hope this wears well, but time will tell. So right now, I think it looks stunning. I think it looks amazing in natural light and studio light. It feels good on the skin. Somehow it gave me such good coverage and looks like I'm hardly wearing any makeup on my face, which I'm really loving. So let's keep wearing this. I'll keep updating you guys, but so far, super good. All right, you guys, I am back in my studio. It is actually midnight, so I've been wearing this foundation for over 9.5 hours. I feel like it looks, you know, a little bit shiny on the forehead, but if you've watched my videos in the past, you know that usually this area looks crazy by the end of the night, even after like 7 or 8 hours, and it's not. It's still looking pretty balanced. So besides my forehead looking shinier than I would like, everything else looks really nice. I felt like it looked the same for probably 5 or 6 hours on me. I really loved how it looked, and then it just barely started to feel like it was a little bit too shiny for me towards those last few hours. I am so excited about this foundation, you guys. It's hardly even settling into my lines here, which always happens. I don't know, am I crazy or does this look really nice? And you know, you guys know, when I do a foundation test, I don't touch up, which I normally would touch up throughout the day. So I do want to do that, but first, like, just show you what we're working with. I wouldn't let my forehead get this far ever, so I'm already impressed. And I feel like I already did a wear test that was quite a bit longer than what I've done with, you know, other foundations in the past, and it's looking this amazing. I'm gonna go into my Huda Beauty powder with my small brush, just as if I were to touch this up. Let's do half of the face. Yeah, that looks so nice. I'm just gonna touch up the forehead a little. It literally looks brand new. There's a tiny bit of separation, like the teeniest bit around my nose, but that's me being really picky. Everything else looks so good. I am so excited that I tried this out. I still wanna try the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I'm telling you, I feel like there's so much hype around the Charlotte Tilbury one. Why is nobody talking about this? This is by far my favorite foundation that I've tried in a very long time. If you're somebody that, look at that, like it looks brand new again after 9.5 hours, I'm obsessed. If you're somebody that likes a little more coverage, but you want it to feel lightweight and you want it to feel skin-like, look no further. I think this is amazing. And you know, I can only speak to my own skin type. I'm combination. But for me, I do have a more oily T-zone, and I was really surprised at how well it held up in the T-zone. I like how it also didn't like rub off, even though I feel like it was a thinner formula and maybe I expected it to wear off a little bit. I don't know. I don't feel like it did. So guys, I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna be using it again tomorrow, which really tells you something. Stay tuned for a comparison, kind of. I wonder if this compares to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'll definitely be trying that as well. But for now, I'm so excited about this. I don't know if I will try the Charlotte Tilbury one as soon as I thought I would, because I'm gonna wanna wear this every day. Wow, I'm very impressed, and I'm very picky with foundations. You know, I feel like every brand makes pretty good foundations these days, and this one, for my personal taste, was exceptional. I cannot wait to wear it again, and I hope you guys found this helpful. I'm excited to see if I notice a difference in my skin over 6 weeks. I did really like the feeling of this as well. I should mention throughout the day, I kept noticing that my skin felt like I wasn't wearing any makeup, but then I would look in the mirror and I had the coverage that I wanted, but it still was so lightweight and just felt nourishing somehow without looking overly oily. I feel like also I would look in the mirror and notice my skin would look really healthy and glowy throughout the day, but it never got like greasy. It wasn't like an oily situation until the last few hours, which I really loved as well because there's a fine line for me between glowy and greasy, and this kept me looking healthy but balanced at the same time. If you can't tell, I'm very excited about this foundation. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys were planning on trying this, if you had even heard of it before, or if you've already picked it up and what you guys think. It's definitely a really fun, unique formula that wore very well on me, so double thumbs up for me, you guys. I am so excited that it was such a successful foundation review for me. It's been a while since I've been this excited about a foundation. So yeah, if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.